Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Lucy coming to you live from Delaware. Today is October 10th, 2025. And in today's live stream, we're going to talk about how to qualify for the DV program using your job or your occupation. So as people continue to come in, if you're new to the channel, welcome. On this channel, we talk about ways to come to the US, especially using the diversity visa program and also life in America as an African immigrant. So there are two ways to qualify for the diversity visa program for eligibility. You have to qualify either through your education, so you need a high school diploma, or you need to qualify through your work experience. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the alternative way of qualifying. That is if you don't have your high school diploma, and that is through your job. So if you don't have a high school diploma, does your job meet the qualification to be eligible for the diversity visa program? Share the live, please. Make sure you share the live so that other people can join in. Share the live so others can join in, and put down your questions as we continue to talk about this. So the website that you need to go to, and if you are not able to join the live, I usually say that later on YouTube is going to upload this video, so you're not going to miss anything. So if you catch us in the middle, then don't worry about it. You can rewatch the video later. But I'd like to acknowledge the people who are already in the room. Bagieni Lawrence, hi. Where are you watching from, guys? Good afternoon. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. How are you feeling? How is the weekend planning going? How are you doing, guys? Thank you for joining in. Shesta Watam. Shaista Watam. When will it start? What, the DV hasn't been announced yet so far. Kwame, hi, how are you guys? Where are you? Where are you? Jacinta, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for joining. I wasn't sure if I'll make it for the live today, but I'm back today, 2 days back to back. That's a record for me. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So the diversity visa program, the entry period is usually on in October, and I try to be as much active online with information as possible. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and let me know where you're watching from. Before we continue, I'm going to screen share the video, the website which you need to go to find out if you are eligible through your job. I have a lot of people who have asked me that question. How do we qualify if we don't have our high school diploma? So I'm trying to find that page. I had it already. I don't know what happened to it. All right. DV program. Obviously, it's travel.state.gov, the website. By now, everybody should know about this website if you're planning to participate in the diversity visa program. When you scroll down, you will find the instructions for that particular DV year. And since they have not announced the entry period for 2027, we're going to use the example from the 2026 DV program instruction page. So when you scroll all the way down, this is important information too, but for right now, we're going to go all the way down to the frequently asked questions section. So this is a lot of information on how to complete your DV entry and the eligibility and the qualifications. So we're going to start here. What are the requirements for education or work experience? Obviously, we've said that you need a high school diploma or the equivalent of 12-year primary and secondary education comparable to the US. So we are not talking about that today. Today, we are talking about how your occupation can qualify for the diversity visa program. And that is where we are going to start our video today. But before that, this was a request yesterday from Unitedly United. He wanted to know how can we qualify for, if we don't have high school diploma, how can we qualify? Lots of questions also on TikTok. Samson, I won the DV. If I win I want to participate in the DV 2027, but I have secondary school grade up to 10. I am a driver. Can it qualify? So a lot of people sending in their qualifications, their job. Most people say they work in a restaurant. Some people work in construction. Other people just have odd jobs and they want to see whether they qualify because they don't have their high school diploma. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Can I apply one for myself and then I can add myself with my parents? No, you do not add your parents. You do not add your parents. You if you are, the parents can add you, but this one is for yourself, your spouse, and your children. John, hi, I'm in Tanzania, but I'm Chinese. My girlfriend comes from Tanzania. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. Jacinta, thank you for the thumbs up. Shaista, thank you from Afghanistan. Thank you guys for watching. Bosira, Dominic, hi. Hi guys, how are you? Happy Friday. Ben Stingrotich, hi Lucy, uko loud and clear watching from Kericho. Ben, I went to school in Kericho, Masigal Kipkelion, by the way. Kwame Azietar, how are you doing, my sister? I'm in Ghana. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Bosire watching from Mombasa, Kenya. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. So guys, there's two ways that you can participate in the DV lottery. If you're just joining in, welcome aboard. And we will, you can rewind the video later when it's uploaded on YouTube if you missed the beginning. I was just acknowledging the people who are here. Abdi Aziz, hello today. Hi. How are you guys? All right, let's go ahead and start with the presentation. So the DV program happens every year. This year is up in the air. We don't know what's happening this year because up to now, they haven't yet given us the instructions of when the DV lottery is going to begin. But historically speaking, the DV lottery has been going on every year, okay? Its purpose is to enhance the diversity among the population in the United States. So, in order to qualify for that, because only about 55,000 visas are available every year, they have to do some kind of process of elimination. And one of the ways that they do that is making the eligibility requirements kind of strict. The first one is you do not have a high school diploma, you need that. If you cannot qualify through that, then you need to qualify through your occupation. Also, they look at eligibility. There's some countries that were not eligible in 2026, and there's a list of those people all the way up on this form right now. And this is the form that gives you instructions about the diversity visa program. All right, so this video specifically is how to qualify for the diversity visa program through your occupation. The Department of State will use the U.S. Department of Labor ONET online database to determine qualifying work experience. So just because you think that you can qualify does not guarantee that you will qualify. You actually have to go to this website and plug in your information to see whether you qualify or not. So we are going to talk about what are the qualifications on this particular category. The ONET online database categorizes job experiences into 5 job zones, and the job zones are classified into based on the education. How much time how much schooling do you need to go to get that particular qualification? The experience and the training necessary to perform the occupation. All right. So the requirements for qualifying for DV with work experience. I named it the 252 rule. That's how I remember. The 252 rule. What does that mean? 2 years experience in the last 5 years. So you have to have worked in the last 5 years. You can't use your job experience from 30 years ago. No, it has to be recent. In the last 5 years, have you had 2 years of work experience in an occupation which, by US Department of Labor definitions, requires 2 years of training or experience? So 252. And then, okay, so if you qualify through that, then you have to go on the website and see whether the designation of that occupation falls under Job Zone 4 or Job Zone 5. And we're going to do a demonstration on right here so you can see what I mean. Because the first time I read this, I was like, what does it even mean? I could not understand what it meant. So it took me a lot of practice. I went on the website and I plugged in different occupations to see what it means, and also to see what does Job Zone 4 and Job Zone 5 mean. And we'll talk about that. And then it has another classification called Specific Vocational Preparation, SPV. So you're looking for job zone and you're looking for SPV. It has to be a rating of 7 or higher. So what do you have to remember? The 252 rule, okay, for qualification. And also it has to be job zone 4 or job zone 5 and the SPV rating of 7 or higher. All right, so those are the basics. So in summary, 2 years experience in the last 5 years, requiring 2 years of training or experience, job zone 4 or 5, SPV rating of 7 or higher. So we're going to look at some examples. But before that, let's see what they're saying. Excuse me. They're saying, while the Department of Labor website lists many occupations, not all occupations qualify for the DV program. To qualify for a DV, on the basis of your work experience, you must have, within the past 5 years, 2 years of experience in an occupation classified in a special vocational preparation, SVP, range of 7 or higher. So SVP, not SPV. I got my my letters mixed up. SVP of higher than 7, 7 or higher. If you do not meet these requirements for education or work experience, you will be ineligible for a DV, and your spouse and children will be ineligible for derivative DVs. So if you guys are still with me, do you understand what I just said? Like, does it make sense? The job qualification, the zones, and the SVP rating, special vocational preparation. All right, so let's move on with the presentation so I can plug in some examples. And if you want us to check out some examples, you can type them in the chat and we can go on the website and try them out and see if it works. All right, so those are the instructions of how to go to the website. So let's go back and share the screen. I just wanted to see if there's any questions or anything in the chat regarding work experience. All right. Let's do some examples. All right. So how can I find the qualifying DV occupations in the Department of Labor's ONET online database? When you are in the Department of Labor, so this is the instructions of what to do, how to get there, because I can comfortably tell you to go to their website, but they are showing you step by step or what to do once you land on that page, okay? When you're in the Department of Labor's ONET online database, follow these steps to determine if your occupation qualifies. Number one, find the occupation, then select the job family from the pull-down menu, and then browse the job family and make your selection, then click go. And then click on the link of your specific occupation, select the tab zone, job zone. And then find the designated job zone number and specific vocational preparation SVP range. For example, they gave us an example and we can go over that and plug it in and see what it comes up with. They're saying it's going to be job zone 4 and SVP range of 7 to less than 8, which is okay because aerospace, it follows the specification. So if you're an aerospace engineer, then you qualify, okay? All right, so let's go to that page and see. Okay. So here you go. So they said, come here to this onetonline.org and then find the occupations. Find the occupation and then go down here to the job family. Once you get to the job family, you can do the drop down and look for the family job, like what is the classification, the overall, the big umbrella. Is it under healthcare, construction, or what is it under? So since there have been a lot of people that asked me to check restaurant, chefs, people that work in the hospitality industry, we can start with food preparation, for example. So this is a demonstration on how you would search for your job to see whether it qualifies or not. All right, let's try one. Let's try food preparation and serving related. So it says click go. And then once you click go, you see all these other occupations that are here. There are bartenders, chefs, and head cooks, fast food chef, cook, dishwashers, fast food and counter workers, food preparation workers, food servers, waiters and waitresses. So let's look at waiters and waitresses because there were a lot of people that tell me, oh, I'm a waiter, I'm a waitress here in Qatar or in Doha or in Kenya. Can I qualify? So let's just try some examples during this live and see what we come up with. What are we looking for? We are looking for job zone of 4 or 5 and SVP range of 7 or higher. All right, let's try waiters and waitresses. So it tells you their occupation, specific information about what the tasks are. We don't have to read all this, but you can see what the tasks are for that particular occupation. The technology skills required, it tells you that. Work activities, what do you do on a daily basis? It tells you that. And then, it has detailed work activities. Then the work content. So all that is about description of your job. What do you do on a daily basis? So for the job zone, which is what we need to be at, you can see that for that one, the job zone is 2. It says some preparation is needed. Okay. These occupations in job zone 2 sometimes require a high school diploma, usually. And then some previous work-related skills, knowledge, and experience is usually needed. For example, a teller would benefit from experience working directly with the public. So you see the SVP range is 4 to less than 6. So this does not qualify for the DV program. So that is how you check to see whether you qualify for your job. Let me go back up here and see if you guys have any questions regarding that. So you can just type on the chat any kind of occupation that you want us to try, just so we can see and understand what are the requirements and how to go about checking to see whether you are just put a random occupation and we'll see if we can look it up. All right, so let's go back and see what else we can try. So we've tried waitresses, and then you can go back. I don't know if you will let us go back. Okay, so we can go back and look at chef. Let's see if chefs and head cooks will qualify. So if you go to chef and head cook, you scroll all the way, it says the job zone is 3 and the SVP range is 6 to 7. So that one does not qualify. Let's try another job family classification. So if you go back here and go to job and family, on the drop down, let's try a different job family altogether, like healthcare practitioners and technical. Let's try that one. So click go, and you can see all these health related occupations, healthcare related occupations. So let's look at a nurse. Since I'm a nurse, I'm biased. So let's look at nurse. Let's look at what kind of nurse. It's so many things to choose from. Let's look at a registered nurse. Why this keep coming up? A registered nurse. Okay. If you are an RN, I don't know why you don't have your high school diploma, because I'm assuming that you would need to go to high school and then finish and then go to higher education. But for whatever reason, if you don't have your high school diploma, you don't have your college paperwork, I don't know what happened to them, you can try to qualify through your work experience. Okay. So, occupation for a registered nurse, you go all the way to job zone, and this one is job zone 4. So, it's job zone 4. That means considerable preparation is needed. Most of these occupations require a 4-year bachelor's degree, but some of them don't. Okay. And then you will need experience. A considerable amount of work-related skill, knowledge, or experience is needed for these occupations. For example, an accountant must complete 4 years of college and work for several years in accounting to be considered qualified. So, and then the SVP range is 7 to less than 8. So the RN qualifies for this particular one. We can try another one. We can try a whole different job family, or we can try another occupation in the same category. Let's see if we can find maybe, let's see, what else can I try? A physical therapist, or a pharmacist, orthopedics, dental, midwife, hearing aid specialists, genetic counselors, dietitians, dentists, chiropractors, all those. So you can try one of those and see what happens. Let's try another category, which is highly asked. It's about maintenance and construction. So let's try this one. Let's try that one and see what happens. So in this one, we can try mechanics, people who repair cars and service technicians. So let's see if we can try this one. So I'm just showing you the process of checking out to see whether your job or your occupation qualifies for the DV lottery entry. So if you scroll down, you see the job zone for this is 3. I'm surprised. Okay, because they're saying medium preparation is needed. And so the SVP range is 6 to 7. So that one does not qualify. So there's one thing I noticed, that if you put managers, I was just playing with it around with it last night, and I noticed that if you put manager, if you're a manager of any kind, I don't know whether it's because you need some kind of experience with that, and I don't know. But if you put manager, it takes you to a higher range automatically. So let's see if we type managers and see what happens. So if you're, let's say, a construction manager, for example, if you're a construction manager and you scroll down, I noticed that it takes you to job zone 4 because they're saying that considerable preparation is needed. Remember how they categorize the 5 job zones depending on your education, your experience, and the training that is necessary. So this one qualifies because it's a 7 to less than 8 SVP range. Specific vocational preparation. That's what it means. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, I realized that once I put any kind of manager there, it was a little bit more hopeful, like purchasing managers, all other. Let's see. Okay, those are job openings. We are not looking for job openings. But let me see if you can search by, instead of searching by occupation, if you search by job zone. If you search by job zone and you need job zone 4 or 5, so let's go to job zone 4 and see which ones fall under that. So you can see that these are some of the, oh wow, these are some of the occupations that fall under that, like a coach or scout. Let's see. They plan, organize, and conduct practice sessions like for sports. They provide training, direction, encouragement, motivation, and nutritional advice to prepare athletes for games, competitive events, or tours. And so if we go down all the way and scroll down, we see it's job zone 4. We already knew that because we searched for it under job zone 4. And it falls under SVP range of 7 to 8. So those are ways that you can check your qualifications to see that whether you are eligible. Gloria, you're saying search high school teacher. Okay, let's do that. Let's search high school teacher and see if high school teacher is eligible. Yeah, you can play around with it. Just put in your credentials there, or if you want to check for somebody else, you can do that. So let's look at, I think if you go to family, job family, and would it be under education? Let's try that. Educational instruction and library. So we have to scroll down. You can search it on its own, or you can just go here to see what options you have. There's preschool teachers and teaching assistants, teaching assistant, teachers and instructors. So let's see, teachers and instructors. Why is it taking me to working? Okay. Oh, this one is saying job openings. Let's just type it here and say high school teacher. Special education teachers, secondary school teachers, except, so let's try that one. So for that one, it's job zone 4 and the SVP range of 7 to 8. So that one qualifies. So Gloria, that one is qualifying. So does anybody else want to try another one? High school teacher, what else can I try? I think a lot of people worked in secretaries. Okay, yeah. There's somebody who said they are a secretary and they want to see if they qualify, but I don't know if that is a category. Secretary. Secretary? Do we have secretaries? Secretaries and administrative assistants except legal, medical, and executive. All right, let's look for that one and see if that works. Ooh, that's only a job zone 2 and SVP range of 4. So that one does not qualify if we go by these examples. All right. Ben Stingro, try electricians. All right, let's try electricians and see what happens. Okay, electrician. Oh, why is electrician already there? Electrician. Oh, okay, electrician. Maybe I didn't spell it correctly. All right, electricians. Let's look. And they different kinds of electricians. It's not just one particular, no? All right, job zone 3. Ooh, I'm surprised by that one. I'm surprised by that one. Why does this thing keep bringing me commercials? Medium preparation needed. An SVP range of 6 to 7. So by now, I hope you guys have understood how to search. If you forget how to search, just go back to dvprogram.state.gov under the instructions, and you can find all the way down. If you scroll all the way down, then you'll see the instructions. Just as a summary, I wanted to remind you what you're looking for. You're looking for 2 years experience in the last 5 years in an occupation by the US Department of Labor definitions that require 2 years of training or experience. So if you have any other questions, you can ask. This was just a demonstration, a live demonstration of how to find out if you qualify through your job or your occupation, because there are two ways to qualify for the DV: through education and through work. And today we talked about how to qualify through work. So I don't see any other questions. I don't see anybody wanting to try any other occupations, but at least you know how to go about it now. Save this video, share it with your friends and family. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ben, Mercy Girls, you live where in Kericho near the Catholic school. I went I went to a Catholic school. I'm finished with the presentation, guys. So unless you have any other questions or any other DV related questions, I'm just chit-chatting here now with Ben. Yes, I went to Mercy Girls, Kipkelion, and that was back in the day. We used to go to the river to fetch water. We didn't have, yes, we had water, but it was so like managed. It was limited water. It was used for cooking and for drinking. The water for bathing, later on when I was completing high school, we had showers installed and they had the water. But before that, we had to go. There was a river over there that we used to go fetch water with our basins and carry the water on our heads like that. But yeah, I remember those days. So, but I liked it there. I liked it there. I was there for 4 years. It wasn't terrible. In the beginning, it was, but after some time, you just get used to it. But then later on, we had clean water. We had, good times, good times. So thank you guys for watching. I'll try to be live again next week at some point. I'm not sure when. Maybe on Tuesday or Monday. Maybe on Monday. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for your time. I don't take it for granted. Subscribe to my channel. I'm also on TikTok, so follow me there for some short videos about ways to come to the US. Right now, in the month of October, I'm dealing a lot with the DV lottery. So if you have any questions regarding that, you can ask. So let me see. John, did I miss a question? John, I want to help my girlfriend apply for this DV lottery. Next year, we will get married with my Tanzania girlfriend. Okay. So, John, are you going to apply? So let's say it opens up this month at some point. I don't know, the 16th, the 17th, I don't know. How are you going to apply? Are you going to apply single? Because if you're not married yet, then you have to apply as single. Or do you want to get married and then, I don't know, I can plan your life. But you have to understand that if she applies, then she will have to apply as single, and you also have to apply as single. And then if you get married before completing the DS 260 next year, then make sure you add her or she adds you. Okay. All right. All right, Gloria. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. And I appreciate your support. Thank you for 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. Help me get to 20,000 by the end of the year. That's my goal. I know I can do it. So, guys, help me out. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching and have a blessed weekend. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Thank you.